we'll make some room. I think we'll have to leave some equipment trunks behind.
Thank you for
to accommodate the size, but absolutely, we'd be happy to have you. And we got to travel the world and have vacations and adventures.
When Taylor and Travis dropped their engagement bombshell via a joint Instagram post on August 26th, the internet basically combusted. It wasn't just any announcement, it was the millennial IG collab to end all collabs, and fans everywhere instantly went into full-blown wedding watch mode. Since then, the speculation has been non-stop. Who's designing the dress? Who's scoring an invite? Is someone famous planning it all? Martha Stewart casually volunteering herself didn't exactly calm the chaos. But despite all the buzz, one burning question still hangs in the air. Where will the newly engaged duo jet off to for their honeymoon, and when? That part's still a mystery. What's not a mystery, though, is their shared love for globe-trotting and gourmet bites. Over the past couple of years, Taylor and Travis have basically turned travel into an art form. From hopping between Eras Tour cities around the world to sneaking off for sun-soaked Caribbean escapes after the Super Bowl, they've made it crystal clear they're all about unforgettable experiences. And let's not forget the quieter, ultra-romantic moments, like that cozy dinner outside a dreamy Lake Como estate, or their culinary adventures in hotspots across New York, LA, and Kansas City. Oh, and of course Taylor's serene seaside retreat in Rhode Island gets its fair share of romantic visits too. But the question fans really want answered: where in the world are Taylor and Travis heading for their honeymoon? Will it be a quiet, cozy escape to a lake-style hideaway, a whirlwind of private island hopping under the radar, or maybe an electric city they've never explored together before? Or hey, why not all of the above? One thing's for sure, the couple loves an adventure. In fact, Travis just spilled on his latest podcast episode with the mega pop icon herself that early in their relationship, he mentioned he had a bucket list of far-flung travel dreams. Taylor's response? A very casual, "I can help with that." Iconic. And while so much of their 2-year romance has unfolded in front of our eyes, from Travis cheering Taylor on across the globe via Eras Tour live streams to Taylor lighting up the Jumbotron at Arrowhead Stadium, fans are betting this might finally be the moment they sneak away for some truly private time. No cameras, no stage lights, just the two of them, and, okay, probably a very discreet security team. Of course, even a power couple with worldwide fame and platinum frequent flyer status could use a little inspo when it comes to planning the ultimate getaway. So here are 8 swoon-worthy destinations that would be absolute honeymoon goals for Taylor and Travis. 1. Putting Taylor's boating license to use. If there's one hotel brand that screams understated billionaire energy, it's Aman. Known for its ultra-exclusive, whisper-quiet properties tucked away in some of the world's most remote, breathtaking corners, the serene minimalist chain has become a go-to haven for the ultra-elite. No paparazzi, no chaos, just calm, luxury, and maybe the occasional off-duty royal. But until now, Aman stayed strictly landlocked. Enter Aman at Sea. Set to launch in summer 2027, Aman is finally taking to the water with the debut of its first-ever superyacht, Amangati, and it's everything you'd expect from the brand that's practically allergic to anything loud or flashy, unless it's a sunset over the Mediterranean. With just 47 suites designed to host up to 97 guests at a time, Amangati will be available for private charters only, because of course it is. It's not just a yacht, it's basically a floating 5-star Zen sanctuary. And here's a fun thought: could Taylor and Travis be Amangati's very first passengers? And dare we say, the ship's unofficial fairy godparents? Sounds poetic, right? These aren't your average cruise cabins either. Think massive suites with horizon-facing terraces, private plunge pools in some, and your own personal host to cater to your every whim. It's built for escape. Exactly the kind of ultra-private post-wedding retreat that sounds tailor-made for a newlywed couple who've just wrapped a global stadium tour and an NFL season. Inspired by traditional Japanese ryokans, the interiors promise tranquility on a whole other level, ideal for decompressing, recharging, and dreaming up the next chapter. Because whether it's new music, a new ring, or a whole new world together, this yacht might just be the perfect place for Taylor and Travis to begin whatever's next. 2. A love story ending. What could possibly be more honeymoon perfect than the city of love itself? Paris has always had that undeniable magic, and for Taylor and Travis it holds an extra layer of meaning. It's no secret that Taylor loves Paris. She literally has a song named after it, and Travis has his own special connection too. Back in 2019, Taylor performed a live show there debuting songs from Lover, including Death by a Thousand Cuts, which just happens to be one of Travis's all-time favorite tracks of hers. Need I say more? Picture this: the newlyweds clinking glasses of champagne in Champagne while staying at the insanely romantic 5-star Royal Champagne Hotel and Spa, a countryside oasis just a short scenic train ride from Paris. Rolling vineyards, candlelit dinners, and a spa that practically begs you to never leave? Yeah, it's giving honeymoon dreams. And if any couple deserves a few days of French fairy tale luxury after the whirlwind of a global romance, it's these two. 3. Take her to the lakes. Speaking of fairy tale castles in France, let's talk lakeside magic. We already know Taylor has a soft spot for serene waters and poetic seclusion. Just listen to the lakes. She dreams of tall trees, solitude, and nature-steeped beauty, but since that song has emotional roots in a past relationship across the English countryside, I'd suggest they steer clear of England and go for a different European escape perhaps. Our pick? A no-brainer, and a nod to the couple's real-life romance. A private estate in Lake Como, where Taylor and Travis were spotted sharing a dreamy dinner during an Eras Tour stopover. Think luxe villas, mountain views, and the kind of romantic seclusion that whispers just married. But if they're in the mood for something a little more unexpected, and arguably even more magical, I have another idea. Lake Annecy, France. Lake Annecy is known as the cleanest lake in all of Europe, and it's tucked right up against the French Alps. For a couple like Taylor and Travis, it's the perfect blend of wild beauty and luxury privacy. And get this, if they're still in wedding planning mode, they can even tie the knot right there at Château de Menton, a medieval castle that literally looks like it was plucked straight from a storybook. Perched high above the lake with jaw-dropping alpine views, it's pure fairy tale energy. Swans optional, but entirely encouraged. 4. Befriend an otter. Sure, it's easy and super fun to dream up destinations straight out of Taylor's lyrics, but what about the other half of this headline-making duo? We've got to make sure Travis's bucket list gets some love too. In a recent episode of the New Heights podcast with his brother Jason, Travis casually dropped one of the most adorably random goals ever: to rescue a wild otter and become its personal hero. Hey, when you've already won 3 Super Bowls and you're dating a global icon, you gotta get creative with your dreams.
Videos of otters on his Instagram algorithm.
I want
It's an interesting animal.
I want a wild otter so bad. I just want to find these little creatures.
He wants one specifically whose life he saved, who knows that he saved its life.
While saving otters might not be an official stop on the honeymoon itinerary, yet, don't give up, Trav. A wild and wondrous voyage to Alaska with National Geographic Lindblad expeditions comes pretty close. Think breathtaking glaciers, epic coastal landscapes, and up-close encounters with seals, whales, bears, and yes, even otters. It's the kind of once-in-a-lifetime experience that would speak to Travis's love for the wild and give Taylor some serious folklore-level inspiration. Plus, you can't spell otter without T and T. Coincidence? I think not. 5. One for the wild dreams. Taylor's never officially toured in Africa, but her cinematic Wildest Dreams music video was filmed across sweeping landscapes in Botswana and South Africa. And let's be honest, it looked like a movie trailer for a honeymoon waiting to happen. With a bit more time on their hands post-wedding, America's royal couple could follow in the footsteps of actual royalty. Hello, Prince William and Harry, and dive into the heart of Africa's culture, wildlife, and raw beauty. This continent has more than a few once-in-a-lifetime experiences fit for a duo like Taylor and Travis. Our top pick? A 13-day connoisseur's collection safari that winds through Botswana, Zambia, and Victoria Falls, packed with epic landscapes, breathtaking wildlife, and all the luxury touches you'd expect. For the couple who wants remote romance with an elevated view, Vumbura Plains Camp in Botswana offers next-level seclusion. We're talking 14 stilted suites overlooking the floodplains where elephants, giraffes, zebras, and wildebeests casually wander past. No filters needed, just unfiltered magic. Feeling extra adventurous? They could opt for a 12-day journey that kicks off in Rwanda's Volcanoes National Park with gorilla trekking, cue the King Kong level bonding, followed by spotting baobab trees and baby elephants in Tanzania's Tanangire National Park. Then off to the Gourmet Reserve in the Serengeti to observe lion prides and support conservation work through anti-poaching education. It's equal parts honeymoon and humanitarian heart. And no African honeymoon would be complete without a dramatic stop at Victoria Falls, one of the world's most awe-inspiring natural wonders. We've got recommendations for staying at the Victoria Falls River Lodge with dreamy treetop suites, or checking into the exclusive Lion Sands Ivory Lodge at Sabi Sands Game Reserve, where private plunge pools and ultra-tailored itineraries ensure peak comfort with front-row access to the wild. These safari experiences are perfect for travelers who want exclusivity, wildlife, and comfort all in one. It's the kind of trip you remember for the rest of your life. Sounds like the perfect setting for a love story sequel if you ask me. 6. Did someone say train? It all started with a getaway car, literally. Travis famously whisked Taylor away in his ride the very first night they were seen together as a couple. So what better way to keep the theme alive than by upgrading their next getaway to something a bit more glamorous, like the ultra-luxury, ultra-private Orient Express. One of my dream itineraries for Taylor and Travis would be to experience the brand new Orient Express. With new trains, hotels, and even yachts launching this year, it's the perfect blend of vintage romance and modern indulgence. The journey would begin in Rome, where the couple could check into the newly opened Orient Express La Minerva. Their room? Not just any suite, but the 2,000-square-foot Orient Express suite, complete with a Pantheon view, a private butler, and, because this is Taylor Swift we're talking about, a vintage vinyl record player stocked with her albums. Champagne problems on wax? Yes, please. From there, they'd board the Orient Express La Dolce Vita, an overnight luxury train ride from Rome to Venice, complete with a stop in Siena to soak in the rolling hills of Tuscany. It's intimate, cinematic, and straight out of a love story. After arriving in Venice, the fairy tale continues with a stay at the Orient Express Palazzo Donna Giovanelli, a restored 15th century palace turned 5-star hotel. They could stay in a suite with hand-painted frescoes and canal views so beautiful they'd make even the most seasoned traveler swoon. But why stop there? For the grand finale, Taylor and Travis could hop aboard the luxury Orient Express Corinthian, a sailing yacht fit for pop royalty. The itinerary? A 7-night cruise from Venice to Malta through the dreamy Adriatic. Of course, this is TNT we're talking about, so they'd have the option to privatize the entire 110-guest yacht, turning it into the ultimate post-honeymoon celebration with a few close friends, a sunset DJ set, DJ T. Kelce, anyone? And views that belong on an album cover. It's part old-school glamour, part jet-set adventure, and all vibes. 7. Eras Tour Revisited. Taylor's Eras Tour may have taken her to Tokyo and Singapore, but there's an entire world of wonder in Asia still waiting to be explored. And if there were ever a time for Taylor and Travis to go off the grid in style, it's now. Taylor's tour in Asia only touched Tokyo and Singapore, so we'd recommend she and Travis branch out to other destinations in the region. The most memorable honeymoons include both variety and once-in-a-lifetime experiences. The ultimate itinerary? A breathtaking blend of adventure, culture, and relaxation that stretches from the Himalayan peaks to the turquoise waters of the Maldives. First stop, Nepal, where the couple could check into the culturally rich Dwarikas Hotel in Kathmandu, a boutique hideaway filled with centuries-old woodwork, antique charm, and 5-star warmth. But the real highlight? A private helicopter ride to Mount Everest Base Camp, capped with a champagne breakfast overlooking the roof of the world. Talk about taking romance to new heights, literally. Next, they'd head to Bhutan, the land of the Thunder Dragon, where serenity and spiritual beauty go hand in hand. Staying across multiple Six Senses resorts in Thimphu, Punakha, and Paro, the couple could hike to hidden monasteries, receive private blessings, and even share a moment with members of the Bhutanese royal family. It's immersive, it's sacred, and it offers the kind of deep, quiet connection no stadium could ever hold. And for the ultimate exhale, the Maldives, naturally. Whether they opt for a private overwater pool villa at one and only Rithi Ra or a beachfront fantasy at Joali, this is the final chapter of the honeymoon fairy tale. With pristine white sands, world-class scuba diving, and not a paparazzo in sight, it's the perfect paradise for unwinding, unplugging, and just being them. It's luxury, love, and a little bit of everything else, just the way a Taylor and Travis honeymoon should be. 8. Let's inspire TS13. At the end of the day, this duo, both born in 1989 and unapologetically proud of their millennial roots, aren't about to skip out on the quintessential millennial honeymoon ritual, daily Instagram stories filled with Euro summer vibes, glamour, and just the right amount of wanderlust. So we're already calling it on 2 of the season's most sought-after destinations. Sardinia has long been a celebrity favorite thanks to its dazzling Costa Smeralda coastline, discreet luxury resorts, and turquoise waters that can give the Caribbean a run for its money. Ultra-exclusive retreats like Fort Village and Hotel Cala di Volpe cater to high-profile couples craving both glamour and privacy. Honeymooners here can sail hidden coves, enjoy long seaside lunches of fresh seafood, and fully embrace the jet-set lifestyle with that unmistakably Italian flair. And for Taylor, who's no stranger to epic road trips, the Amalfi Coast remains one of Europe's most timeless and romantic honeymoon destinations. With pastel cliffside villages, chic beach clubs, and luxury boutique hotels like Le Sirenus in Positano, it's sophistication at every turn. They can charter a private boat to Capri, savor candlelit dinners overlooking the sea, and soak in La Dolce Vita, surrounded by some of the world's most breathtaking scenery. In a word, it all sounds enchanted to us. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.